know, The Odd Couple is a simple idea done right. 2 strong personalities, 1 cramped apartment, and no reason for either of them to change too much. The picture works because it doesn't pile anything on. It trusts the ingredients. Lemon, mathau, a little time, a pinch of patience. Toss it all together and somehow it dresses itself better than you would have.
Let the movie speak.
Why do you guys not release them in like chronological?
Can you make that a singular pronoun instead of a plural one?
Chronological.
Like when the movies are released?
You want us to go back to the 60s?
No, you're saying like what?
No, like you'll release an episode on a movie from like 1968.
Yeah.
And then you'll do one from 61.
No, they never go that
those
far.
are all.
They're usually within 1 or 2 years.
And we try to keep them chronological, and then sometimes.
But also like not
Life
do
happens.
4 dramas in a row. Right? Like if there's a comedy that's a year after, but it makes sense to put a funny movie here. Yeah.
But they're usually
We should leave all this in.
The people would really
Behind the
care.
scenes.
They need to know
They
the
have-
genius of the process.
Alec, one
Yes.
of our faithful listeners,
Yep.
had
Hello.
questions.
One of our faithful commenters.
That
He's
is
a
true. He's
real
top
poster.
2 commenter.
Top 2 commenter.
Go.
You know who you are, other commenter.
Well, we didn't say it, but welcome back to Let the Movie Speak.
So we are including this.
Last time you heard from us, we were talking about a movie called Torn Curtain, which we watched very recently. It was so recent. That was a Hitchcock movie, from what I recall.
And we really liked it, although
Yeah.
much of the world, including Hitchcock, didn't.
Yes. And I think lots of people still don't.
And that's weird.
But they're dumb and we're right.
Exactly.
So Alec's here. Hi, Alec.
Hello.
He's our special guest today. And I've been wanting to have him on for a while, but it just, I don't know, didn't happen. And
Well, I
then
had to wait until I became a teacher
You did.
because that's the requirement to
It
be
is.
on this show.
We should just rename the whole thing. Let the teachers
speak.
Get a whole new audience.
Pretty sure that's what we do every day anyway.
That is. So today we're not here to talk about Torn Curtain because we already did that. And I
Yep.
remember it really well because it was really recent, as I said before. We are here to talk about sort of a little redemption movie for us because we had a Mathau before and we had
Yes.
a Neil Simon sort
Yes.
of before, both of which were
Meh.
less than B minuses
Yeah.
in our books. Yeah. So we're going to talk about The Odd Couple, which is, I think, like, I don't know, if you are in old movie sphere nerddom at all, it's like a pretty well-known title, at least.
I think it's one of the great comedies of filmdom.
We also know it because there's like 5 shows.
There's a lot of, there's
Yes.
a lot of different adaptations.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about it. I like the movie. Spoiler alert. We'll get to the Mathau redemption, which I think there's a lot of to be had. Although we didn't have a problem with Mathau in the last movie.
No, he was like the good part
the
of
movie
Mirage.
around him sucked.
Yes.
Yeah. Jack Lemmon's in this movie too, but we'll talk about him later because we're going to talk about what we watched this week. So the tradition, which I'm making up right now, I'm not sure we've ever done it before, is that we give the guest the first, what did you watch this week? So Alec, do you want to, first of all, I mean, I think we did this when Megan was here. What kind of stuff do you like to watch? Like people might want to know. Who even are you?
Who even are you?
Well, I'm Alec,
Yeah.
and I like horror.
Yeah.
I am
Horrifying.
horrifying Alec.
That's not
Horrific
true.
Al, is what they call me. I like a lot of movies that deal with like race.
Yeah.
I don't like what genre would you say that is?
Racial movies.
Racial movies.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Give us your top 5 racial movies.
Well, racial movies. Well, the only
I just thought you were going to say like Dumb and Dumber or something awful.
yeah, the Lorax.
Yeah, the Lorax.
That one's my
I
favorite.
hate the
Classic.
Lorax.
Yeah.
Well, the
He
one
speaks for the
movie
trees.
that you guys got me on was
Guess who's coming to dinner?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Did you like that?
I did. I
Okay.
really
You
liked
hadn't
it.
seen it until you heard us talk about it?
No. I had.
We did something good in the world.
Racial movies.
And then the other one I watched was Breathless.
yes.
How did that
How'd you
hit you?
I would really like to know how you liked Breathless.
I thought it was. I didn't hate it.
Okay.
Listener, Alec's eyes are shooting back and forth between me and Travis, trying to figure out who he's going to agree with.
You didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
Okay.
I'll take it. I'll take that as a win.
You have to because it's such a polarizing thing. Like I think people either think it's the greatest movie ever made or it's like me and I'm like I want to die while I'm watching
I don't
that
think
movie.
it's the greatest movie ever made, but I did value
People
it.
do think.
You love the protagonist and everything he stands for.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I did love it. The movie was like the editing was horrible. And the
Right.
technical stuff was bad.
Awful.
But the guy was just really chill.
Yeah, he was so cool.
By the end, he was very cold.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
cool. You want to model your life after him. Okay, anyway, so you watch horror and racial movies and Breathless.
Big fan of Get Out.
Yeah. I like
Racial
Get Out.
horror.
Racial horror.
Never been done. Other than that.
Never
time.
been done. Okay, all right. Well, hopefully you got some idea. What did you watch this week? Or what do you want to pretend like you watched this week? Which is what we should call this section.
Well, I was thinking about it because I was like,
Yeah.
the last thing I watched other than The Odd Couple was the like Steve Martin Pink Panther.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I didn't really have that much to say, but then luckily I watched 4 movies in the past 2 days.
Yeah.
And 2 of them were The Odd Couple because I watched it twice. But yesterday I watched Avatar 2: The Way of Water.
Yes.
I thought it was like
I liked that movie.
I like it.
I thought you didn't like Avatars.
I kind of do now.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think I don't remember if I talked about it back in the day when it came out. But
Well,
like
I want to see. We might have a similar.
well, yeah, what did you like about it? What did you kind of like?
The first time I watched it, I was like,
The first you watched Way of Water.
so I
more
watched
than
it in
once?
theaters.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Which is great
yeah, it was fun in theaters.
because those movies are designed for theaters. Yeah.
And I think it was a better viewing not in theaters because I could walk around.
James Cameron's
during
gonna
it.
find you and hit you on the back of the head.
It felt like watching my own brain when I'm playing with action figures.
Sure,
So that was pretty fun.
there is some of that.
Yeah.
I think like I think there's a relatively small like actual fandom for the Avatar movies that are
Right.
like people that are like, I love this world and I love the lore and the characters are so great and they can exist. That's fine. And then there's a lot of like, obviously these movies make $1 billion every time they come out because they are a spectacle and they make bucket loads of money overseas, huge amounts of international dollars because it appeals to this huge international audience. I just think like nobody really does thoughtful, big, crazy action set pieces as well as James Cameron. And like, yes, the stories are reductive and repetitive, and it is Fern Gully, and it is Pocahontas, and it is like it's 10 other things you've seen story wise. It is Titanic. Like in The Way of Water, he gets into the third act, and it's like so fun and crazy, well constructed. But then it's like he is sinking a boat in the middle of his third act. It's like, oh, you're playing the hits,
Yes.
dude. But it's also just like undeniably well done action. And when you've like watched the other things that compete against it, like any superhero movie or even any action movie, like forget like Marvel stuff or whatever, but like action sequences they're so flat these days. They have no like impact or like thoughtfulness of sequencing. And he is just the opposite. Like every time something happens and the next domino falls, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so smart. Like that's so cool. And then like the choreography of the fights is so intelligible and not crazy, goopy looking. And so like just from a craft standpoint, it's like, I don't know how you don't watch them and be impressed by that stuff. Story wise, and like, I think the acting's good. And I think the stuff he does with the insane budgets is head and shoulders above. Like I just watched the last episode of Stranger Things and it's a $400 million television show.
It's crazy.
And it looks like boo-boo. It looks so bad.
Yeah.
Like it's the exact opposite of everything I'm saying. Like the action sequences are like so video gamey and flat feeling emotionally. And so I don't know.
Don't even get us started on the haircuts.
Yeah, the haircuts are the worst thing. All the haircuts in Avatar are immaculate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like The Way of Water just because it's like, this is such a good action movie.
Yeah.
And like the world building is cool. The visuals are really cool.
It gives you like, if a kid is watching it, it gives them something to play out
Yeah.
next time they're playing pretend with
Totally.
their friends.
Totally.
The other thing I watched today was One Battle After Another.
Yeah.
That's the 4th time I've seen it.
You hate it, obviously.
Yeah, it's horrible. But yeah, that's my favorite movie that came out in 2025.
Yeah. It's a lot of people's. I haven't seen it yet.
Have you seen it?
I have not.
It is really good.
Yeah. Is it a racial?
Racial. There's some horrific parts.
Yeah.
I mean, it like the villains in the movie are so cartoonishly, like absurdly bad
Yeah.
that you can laugh at it, but then it's also like really the power that they have is really realistic.
Yeah.
And it feels very current.
Yep.
So it's pretty scary
Yeah.
to see like, oh, these are like some
There's some
real
reality.
Dumbos
Like,
that
yeah.
have a whole lot of power.
yeah.
So
That feels real.
just a little bit. maybe a
I don't
little
know what
bit.
you're talking about. Everything's fine.
Okay.
Annie, what did you watch this week?
All right. So back when we talked about Mirage
Super recently.
super recently,
2 weeks ago.
I confessed that
Yeah.
I accidentally watched 2 minutes of a different movie
Yeah. Oh, did
because it was poorly labeled.
Yes.
I went back and watched
The Bogart.
the Bogart
Mm-hmm.
because I like Bogart. And so it is called Beat the Devil, and it came out in 1953. And it has Bogart in it. It's directed by John Huston, Peter Lorre.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all the creators of the Maltese Falcon.
Noir dudes.
Right. So
Yes.
it's you take all these people who are just excellent at noir. 12 years after the Maltese Falcon, they decide to come back and make a satire of it, make a send up
Oh,
of
cool.
it with these same 3 director and 2 actors.
Yeah.
They have they didn't get Sidney Greenstreet back, but they got a guy who's pretending to be Sidney
There you go.
Greenstreet. He's
Good
like
enough.
he's imitating the vocal
Yeah.
pattern and everything.
And is Peter Lorre still like,
Well, yeah, because that's all Peter Lorre ever does. Ebert really liked this movie.
Yeah.
Nobody else did.
must be good. It's got to be good.
But it's John Huston and Humphrey Bogart being like, let's make fun of our most famous movie.
Which
and
is
so it's like noir and Indiana Jones, like smushed together. They're on a ship. They end up in North Africa being chased by guys on horses. And like, so it has all these action beats,
cool.
but then like blended with all the noir reality.
Well, was it sold as like this is a satire?
Yes.
Okay.
It's sold as a send up.
Yeah.
And so it's supposed to be funny nonsense. Truman Capote wrote it, but he wrote it every morning. And so like they all committed to a script, and then they all got there. And I think after about 16 whiskeys, all went, you know what? Let's just make it up as we go, which is what they did. And basically every day they decided, what do we feel like shooting today? And made it up as they went. And so it is silly nonsense, and it is
Good.
funny. Like what Ebert wrote about it was, as soon as you just accept that this movie is silly,
Right.
you'll love it.
Yeah.
But if you're expecting it to actually be something, then you're going to be disappointed.
Which is kind of the key to lots of noir. And
Right.
People don't admit it. They're
Right.
like, no, this has to be like serious, good film stuff. And it's like, yeah, but some noir stuff is just very silly.
It was Gina Lollobrigida's first English role.
Okay.
And
Am I supposed to know who that is?
she is, you'd recognize a picture of her. She's
Okay.
like I think Italian, Lollobrigida, Italian. Italians.
Lola Brigida?
Yeah, that's her last name.
A lot of a last name.
Well, it's Italian.
It's like 10
So anyway,
pounds of
she was
last name in a 5-pound bag.
she was like the Italian Marilyn Monroe.
Okay.
But then she started making English language movies, and this was her first English language movie. And my favorite detail is that Humphrey Bogart got in a car accident while making the movie.
That's your favorite.
We're getting there. Knocked out like 3 of his teeth.
It's because he said that creepy line in Sabrina. You were like, you
Yeah, I'm
deserve that
still
car
mad at him.
accident.
No, the best thing is that they had to ADR a lot of his lines because
Oh.
he couldn't talk normally.
Sure.
And so they got this unknown guy nobody had ever heard of, this young guy named Peter Sellers,
To do
to come
Bogart?
in and ADR
Speaking of the
Bogart.
Pink Panther. Yeah, there you go.
So I think that's fantastic.
That
I
is
love it.
awesome.
So if
What
you-
year did this movie come out?
53.
Yeah, so that's a long time after Maltese Falcon.
Yeah, 12 years. So anyway,
That's fun.
if you want to watch just like,
How long is it?
it's short. It's not that long.
It's like 90 minutes.
Yeah. It's a
Shorter than Mirage.
oh my goodness, but and it's directed by John Huston, so it's nice to look at.
Nice.
So it's fun nonsense if you like black and white fun nonsense.
I will put that on my list. That sounds fun.
Beat the devil.
Was there any racial horror?
Actually, there is this one really awkward scene.
Not in the way that he meant. Tell us what happens.
You can cut this if you need to. So there's this like North African leader.
Sounds like a good setup.
They have a lot of horses.
Sure.
And he kidnaps everybody. Well, their boat sinks, and so then
The horse kidnaps everybody.
and he has them all like captured.
The horse.
Yes. And then he's talking to Humphrey Bogart upstairs.
The horse.
Humphrey.
Sorry, I won't stop saying the horse. Humphrey.
Peter Sellers.
And then what happens?
So it's really awkward, but kind of funny at the same time.
Sure.
So both of these men are like lounging on these like cushions or whatever, and up against the wall. And the wall is just plastered with pictures of
horses.
no, oh no, I forgot her name.
Lola Brigida.
No, but a famous actress whose name I should know, who
Meryl
is of that
Streep.
era. Rita Hayworth.
Okay.
The wall is just covered with pictures of Rita Hayworth.
Yeah.
It's really awkward because these men are just like leaning back against, and the North African man just keeps saying, "Do you know her? Do you know Rita Hayworth? Did you ever meet her? Did you ever talk to her? Do you know Rita Hayworth?" Bogart's like, "Yeah, know her. Have lunch with her all the time. We're great friends." And he's like, "What did you meet her? How did you meet her?" It's just,
It's so
Please
weird
cut
that a
this.
horse would ask if Humphrey Bogart knows Rita Hayworth.
please cut this.
We'll see. So I did not watch that because, like, if you ever do the math on the timeline of this season, you will find that it has taken up the better part of, I don't know, half a year. We're getting to the half a year point.
We started in June, so
We're bleeping that.
oh yes, it's taken
We're leaving
about
all the horse stuff in, but we're bleeping that. Yeah. Anyway, in December, I like to make it my habit to delve into the world of Dickens, and I do so head first, ladies and gentlemen. I don't just watch the ones I've always watched. I seek out, because I really do believe that A Christmas Carol is the most adapted thing ever.
I think you're right.
There are more versions of it than any other thing, even like a Jesus movie or a Jesus
No, it's
story.
Hamlet. I mean, the what would be in the running would be Shakespeare.
Yeah.
It would be. But,
Yeah.
but I think you're right. I think it does outstrip.
It might be Hamlet or even Macbeth, maybe.
Yeah.
One of the big boy Shakespeare's. Anyway, I love A Christmas Carol. It's one of my favorite stories, and there are certain versions of it that I really, really like. And
The Muppet one.
The what?
The Muppet one.
I like the Muppet
That
one.
one's really good.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Someday I want to put it on stage myself. But I watch these because I love the story and because I see it as research, because it's like the stories existed for 170 years. It's like people have either tried to go right down the middle and be faithful, and maybe they have a 30-minute time frame, maybe they have 2 hours, maybe they have $5, maybe they have $50 million. And then sometimes people are like, we're a little bored with the traditional approach. They go off into the weeds or an interesting interpretation. And it can go wildly right or wildly wrong.
Right.
So it's always interesting to watch a new version of it. This year, I didn't watch nearly as many as I watched last year. Last year, I watched 10 new versions to me.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. There were many.
I post on Instagram about it for the 3 people who care. And this year, I only watched a couple new ones. The 2 that I watched that were worth talking about. One was a 2019 FX miniseries with Guy Pearce as
Did you post
Ebenezer
about that?
Scrooge. I didn't post on Instagram about it because it's this one's a little spicy. Yeah. This was billed at the time. This was a BBC production in joint production with FX. And if you've ever watched anything on FX, FX's brand is like, it's like they have It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which is very envelope pushing comedy. And they have the Ryan Murphy,
Atlanta.
Yeah. Like all the edgy cable shows find their way to FX, and that can be good or bad. I think giving people The Bear is also an FX show. People really like that show. Anyway, this is a BBC thing that went on FX, and its whole pitch was, we are going to be like the hard version of A Christmas Carol.
Which is bizarre.
This is because it already existed with the Muppet version.
Light the lamp, not the rat.
Yeah. There's a lot of racial horror in Muppets Christmas Carol. Anyway, this is like, we're going to be the R-rated Christmas Carol, which I hear that, and I'm like immediately skeptical, because A Christmas Carol is basically a children's story.
Yeah.
It's a family story.
I mean, the ghosts can be scary.
And it is trying to be scary when it is, but like, you should be able to read it with your family,
Sure.
as I'm sure how Dickens intended
Yeah.
it. This is not for your family.
Oh.
This is a 3-part. In each of them are at least an hour, so it's very long. There's a lot of stuff in it that's built out and like added to and changed and fleshed out. And so like, I'm normally like, if something's not super faithful to the original story, I'm usually like, dumb choice, why do that? But there are times when fudging it or like putting a really heavy interpretation on something works really well, I think. This is a very hit and miss thing, but I love I loved where I landed with it.
Okay.
I'll give you the opening sequence, and you can tell me if you're an immediate thumbs down or thumbs up. So normally, A Christmas Carol opens with,
Marley was dead to begin with.
Dead Marley, or the narrator saying Marley was dead, blah, blah. This one opens on a graveyard. You see Jacob Marley's grave, and a unfortunate looking poor London boy with a newsboy cap and like a black eye. He's cold. And he walks over to Marley's grave and looks at it, and then he proceeds to miturate. He urinates on said grave.
Thumbs up.
Yeah. He pees on his grave.
Sure.
And I'm like, wow, this is this is crazy what they're doing. But then the camera goes beneath the earth, and you see the pee like go through the soil and drip onto Marley's face. And then Marley wakes up in his grave.
Okay, yeah, I think you lost me. Like
that's fair.
It was when the camera went below the earth.
That is fair. The peeing was fine, but you didn't want to see where the pee ended up.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, so it's underneath,
and he doesn't have a casket.
He's in a casket. It like drips through the casket. Yeah. It wakes Marley up, and Marley becomes yeah. It's great. It's banana pants crazy.
Well, yeah.
I'm trying to pick. It's following the pee, like going through soil and stuff.
Yeah.
And then apparently the wood of the casket is now porous.
Yeah.
Well, it's like a cheap casket with little cracks.
How's the sound design on that pee?
It's drip, drip, Anyway, we talked about the pee enough. If you're like, I don't need that, then don't watch it, because it's 3 hours of edgy choices that are like trying to be a super adult version of a story that was not originally intended for just adults. That being said, some of the things it gets right about the original source material are so good. I've never seen a version of this story where it takes the metaphorical idea of the cold as seriously as Dickens does. When you read the story, it's not long. It's like 200 pages or whatever. Less than that, 150 pages. I don't know. You cannot like flip a page without him talking about the bitter, frigid, cold,
right? Because
it means things.
Well, I mean, and not to get too nerdery, but it really was because
it was so freaking cold.
Well, no, but also like I think it's Krakatoa, but anyway, there was some major volcano that went off and killed summer all the way around the world for a couple years, and so like London really was.
Like Siberia.
Right. Like it wasn't just like, oh yeah, London, it's cold. No, it was like super, not below what the people were accustomed to.
He uses it as this, like, it's the coldness of Scrooge's heart, like manifests, right? Or whatever. Anyway, it gets things like that 100% right. Its explanation and sort of exploration of the redemption of Scrooge is, I would say, a bit non-traditional, but so interesting and compelling compared to a normal one.
Right.
So that's worth watching if you're okay with Jacob Marley being peed on at the beginning. And then the other one I watched that was interesting but far less successful is one that I did post about on Instagram, which is from 2020, and it is a filmed. It's annoying. It's like a film stage thing, but it's also like an overly produced film stage thing where they add filmic elements and whatever. It's a one-man show starring Jefferson Mays, who I found out as soon as I was done watching this, I was like, can you go see this live? Because I would like this live. I hated the filmed version for multiplicitous reasons. But he does this show in Berkeley.
Really?
Like, among other places. But, like, we could have gone to see it at the Berkeley Rep.
Oh, wow.
This year. Like, it was like a week before I watched it. Anyway, the one-man show thing's an interesting take. There's some things that make for real. Like, he's an amazing Scrooge. He's like a perfect Scrooge. It's a little tough to watch Jefferson Mays be both characters in the Ebenezer I Release You. Loves, like...
Wait, so how live is this? Is he running back and forth?
Lots of that. Lots of that.
Well, and just... I mean, I saw a couple clips that you posted where he's just shifting his body language sometimes.
Yeah, and sometimes like putting down a prop and picking up a prop. It's very high tech. There's also like weird CG crap added that wouldn't be there if you were watching it on stage, but it is in the film version. That's like super distracting and annoying. So there are pieces of it that are more successful than others. Overall, pretty jank by the time you get to the end. And the ending is crazy. It has a Sufjan. You know who Sufjan Stevens is?
Yeah.
He does the music for some reason.
Well, of course he does.
Sure. The ending music is the most insane.
When did this come out?
It came out in 2020.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, I would highly recommend you go find a new version of A Christmas Carol next year and just throw it on and see what happens, because it's almost always a harmless experience, unless you watch the one where Jacob Marley gets peed on. And Jacob Marley, Ebenezer Scrooge, they were two guys who got along okay, but not so well. Kind of like our movie today. Okay, we really got to talk about The Odd Couple now. This is a movie that I have never seen before, but we've talked about I think we've mentioned our Neil Simon affections at times. I love Barefoot in the Park.
Yes.
I really like I've read Lost in Yonkers, and I love the script. I haven't seen it, but they're doing it at a local theater that later in the year that I might end up seeing. And I've read probably like 3 or 4 other Neil Simons.
I was the weird teenager who came home from the library with the collected works of Neil Simon. And my mom was like, "Why did you get that?" And I said, "He's funny." And she said,
"If you say so."
If you say so.
Yeah. So
the only Neil Simon thing I was familiar with was Fools.
Yeah.
Have you guys read that one?
I have not.
16-year-old me read the entire collected works of Neil Simon.
Right.
So technically,
that is part
yes.
of it.
You weren't in that show, though, right?
I wasn't in that, but it's the whole thing about that show was that I think he had some deal with his ex-wife that all of the money he made from his next show would go to her. So he purposefully wrote the worst possible thing.
Nice.
And it ended up being like a huge
hit. Yep.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. That serves him right.
It's about like a dumb town of people and a smart guy coming to it.
Sounds cool.
Good. Yeah.
None of us have seen this movie.
No.
Nope.
I think I've caught the TV show that was based on it.
Okay.
Like that was like on the television, when I was growing up. And
like I was aware of, is it Grumpy Old Men?
Grumpy Old Men.
Grumpy Old Men. Because
and
I'm
then
a 90s
grumpier
kid.
old men.
Oh, they get grumpier.
They got grumpier.
Oh, do they get grumpier? I know Walter Matthau as Mr. Wilson and Dennis the Menace. Jack Lemmon, I think literally the first time I ever paid attention to Jack Lemmon was when I watched Glengarry Glen Ross when I was probably like 15. But then I've seen him in The Apartment and a few other things. So yeah, this is a first watch for me, first watch for all of us. Intro information, like what Neil Simon wrote the play, he wrote the movie. What else did you guys find that was interesting? And
I think part of it is that it is a cultural cornerstone, right? It set off all of these different movies about opposite people sharing an apartment. Honestly, I think this is the origin of Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street and Laverne and Shirley. And, it just birthed not only its own TV show, but this whole series, this whole genre of entertainment.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can find, mismatched pair stories from before this, but I feel like this is the one that really...
it almost becomes like a subgenre.
I think this creates a subgenre.
Yeah. Was the show like popular and long running and
the
stuff?
movie?
No, the show, the Odd Couple show.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
it was Jack Klugman and someone else.
It was a 70s show, right? Like
yes. Well, the movie.
A few years after this.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Neil Simon sold the rights to the movie and TV rights to Paramount all at once. They ended up making at least 4 shows. One of them was an animated cartoon. Where
one of those animated cartoons.
Yeah, one of those animated ones. Where their characters were a sloppy cat and a neat dog. I'm
going to say that's
those
backwards.
around.
No,
yeah.
Cats are neat, dogs are sloppy.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes more sense.
Okay. That sounds good.
Only ran for 1 season. So.
Okay. I don't think it was, though. Yeah.
Walter Matthau won a Tony for playing the same role on stage.
Uh-huh.
But the rest of the cast, the rest of the major cast is new.
Mm-hmm.
And it got nominated for a bunch of Oscars and other things, but didn't win anything.
This is, I think, the genesis of a interview quote that I heard Jack Lemmon say one time, which was Neil Simon was like a very fastidious and kind of OCD style of playwright. And so I don't know if I mentioned it on the show before, but he used to buy a very specific kind of thin ruled paper so that like he could write more on one page and see more of it because he like could tell if a line was too long or he looked at it like sheet music or whatever. And Jack Lemmon one time told an interviewer, like, I tried doing Neil Simon and like changing some words, like moving a the over here and moving an and over here, and it just doesn't work.
Right.
Because there's such a specific rhythm. It's very like pre-Mamet kind of feeling without the anger and swears. And general just anger at the world. Like one thing I love about watching a Neil Simon play is he has a way of making a scene like hilariously well written, like so lean and kind of perfect with the words, and it's like visually funny, and it's like there's a funny like sitcom element, like the situation is funny, and yet he is like touching on real life dramatic emotional things. There's a lot of good examples of that in this movie, but I think it's interesting to hear an actor be like, I tried to move a the.
Well, it's because it's patter. Like there's almost a vaudeville patter to the when the scenes really get moving quickly. Yeah. You could hear how changing the rhythm would just
mess it up.
Yeah, just put you off kilter.
Yeah, and it feels theatery too. Like I don't know about either of you, but like when you're watching, especially like the group scene, the 2-person scenes as well, but like especially with the group scenes where everybody's timing is more dependent on each other. Yeah. We can talk about that in the next section because we're going to review the movie now. This is a pretty plot light movie, so I feel like we should just do the plot now and then kind of talk through sequences that we liked and maybe didn't like and why. So Jack Lemmon, he is our neat freak character. His name is Felix, and I'll just say at the very top, it's not like one of those 60s credit sequences that we've seen that you're like, holy crap, this is one of the coolest looking things ever. But I am kind of a sucker for B-roll of New York City as the opening for your movie. It's like instantly like, I'm interested.
Well, this
like,
is 1968.
Yeah.
And this is starting to feel more 70s.
A little bit.
We talked about that in like the very end of the 50s. We're like, ooh, the 60s are coming.
Yeah,
and
they're creeping in.
And now here with this one in 68, I'm like, the 70s are coming.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you get New York streets and him walking through them. You get the score and the title, like the font is very like funky late 60s. The music is done by a guy named Neil Hefti, who worked with Count Basie and was like this 50s, 60s jazz guy. He also wrote the Batman theme,
which is hilarious.
Literally the na Batman. Yeah. No, it's like in that same vein of like, yeah, it's super freaking catchy though.
Great. I was actually really surprised. I assumed it was Henry Mancini.
It totally feels like
Harry Mancini.
Yes, Henry.
I was right the first time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He was a horse.
Now you're gonna keep it in.
Yeah. It's in. Peter Sellers actually did the composing for him because he wasn't available.
Clomping on those keys.
Yeah.
Anyway, I assumed it was Mancini,
Feels very Mancini.
and then I looked it up and I was like,
It's a little groovier
yeah.
than like the elevator vibes that you normally get from Mancini. Hey, Mancini has some jazzy stuff.
No, you're right.
What did Mancini do?
Pink Panther.
Okay.
And like a lot of 60s iconic like like very like.
But it does lend itself to jazz piano. Like,
yes.
like
everything's jazzy.
Yeah.
Everything's jazzy. Yeah.
Did they use that same theme in the sitcom? Do you guys know?
You watched the show, not us.
Yeah, but I watched the show in the 1980s.
Yeah.
I'm
Reach
going to
back,
say
far
yes,
back.
but please don't use me as a source.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun,
I just, that song is so deeply ingrained in my brain.
that when you heard it, you were like, I've heard it before.
So that's why I'm like, but I also could have heard it.
You were like the Manchurian candidate. You're like, there it is.
But like, I mean, it's also elevator music. So
Yeah.
like, I'm like, do I know this from the TV show, or do I know this because it was just in the air?
Do I know this from the elevator?
Exactly.
Okay, so Felix, we don't know this right away until people start talking, and it's a lot of like walking around and stuff. The opening sequence tells us he is sad.
Yep.
We get to see him like pay for a room, ask for a room on a higher floor.
Yes.
And so
From
immediately
two dudes who were absolutely chomping on some pizza.
they are. Yeah, they say 3 words, but they take like 14 bites of pizza. He wants to hire
themselves.
Yeah. He wants a higher room, and there's like the first cue. I was going to ask you, Annie, because Sabrina, I had to think about Sabrina. I'm sorry, but I did. We made a big fuss, and I think rightly so, because when your comedy is good, you can just get away with things.
Yeah, for sure.
This whole opening sequence is playing with the fact that like he wants to kill himself because his wife just like kicked him out and they're getting a divorce. And so part of me was watching this like, is this getting away with this? Is this going to be like feel distasteful, whatever? And then like by the time they get through all that and into the real, I just didn't feel the same icky feeling that I did in Sabrina when she's like turning on all the cars and being like,
I don't know how to explain the difference, because
one is bad and one is good.
One is bad and one is good. I think there's also an element where like you're watching him kind of sort of pursue suicide, but also you can just tell he's such a sad sack.
Yes.
And I think maybe this is also just from our careers as teachers. I think I have a much shorter, let's say non-existent, like space for like teenagers when it's involving teenagers.
For teenagers, cut it right there.
Like I am never gonna think a teenager trying to kill themselves is funny, but like this sad sack middle-aged guy who isn't going to do it and is just like too persnickety.
It does like somehow he's gonna mess it up,
right? He's messing up everything.
Why it feels
I
like
think it's the music.
Well, also
is
that
continuing throughout the whole thing. It's a lot of like very physical things. He's making weird grunts the whole time.
Yeah. You know what I loved about the music, and you both probably can speak more intelligently than I can about this, but like the tone of it, the key it's in, whatever, is a little sad.
Yeah.
And it's a little mellow, right? And a little sad. But like the beat, the rhythm is so it's so upbeat.
It kind of does both things.
And it makes jokes.
Yeah.
Like the beat hitting when it hits in opposition to what the actor is doing, it emphasizes his clumsiness and it makes jokes. And so I think that's why I
love when he like gets to his room and there's like a maid like dusting or whatever, and she says good night and he says goodbye. Like it's like good. That's just good writing.
Yes.
My next note for this opening bit was just a casual pratfall laden opening attempted suicide scene, because he like pulls his back and tweaks his neck and like he can't do it.
No, because he's just
too
hurt.
fragile.
This is not important at all.
Nothing we say is.
But this is going to surprise you how unimportant it is.
Okay.
The noise that he makes when he tweaks his back.
Yeah.
It reminded me of It reminded me of Lego C-3PO's falling off the map yell in Lego Star Wars. It goes a little something
Let's hear it.
like this. Oh.
It
So
was
something got activated in me
Yeah.
the way the music got activated in
Yeah.
Annie. That
yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's pretty magical.
That's profound.
Yeah.
There's also something about his Jack Lemmon's eyes. Like
He's so good in
they
this.
are like, and part of this goes down to the lighting guy, I'm sure, but they are just like pools
Yeah.
of sadness,
Yeah.
but kind of in like a hound dog sort of way.
He's so pathetic.
He's
Like,
so
yeah.
pathetic, and you kind of want to hug him, but also smack him upside the head at the same time. And
Pretty
Yes.
big head too.
yeah,
Big old head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're right. This is a comical attempted suicide scene that works much better than
Yeah.
Sabrina.
So
Well,
he tries. Oh, go ahead.
I think the other reason why it doesn't feel icky, this is kind of jumping ahead, is because his friends are like refreshingly like sweet.
They
and
actually
caring.
care.
Yes.
Yes, that's
So-
true. That immediate. That's what I mean when you get into that ensemble scene and they're like, "Man, I'm really worried about him. We should go check on him." You're like, "These are just guys."
These
Yeah.
are nice dudes.
Yes, and I want to get to the nice dudes thing in
Yeah.
a moment. So it wouldn't be a '60s movie
Right.
if that
Oh,
scene
yes.
wasn't immediately followed by a.
Gyrating female.
But like, just for give me a moment here. You could lift this 90 seconds out of the movie and
Yes.
nothing would
It
change.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, what? There's no words spoken.
Welcome to the 60s. Literally, that's it. Like,
Yeah.
well, the one thing it does that I think is interesting, but you don't need it in order to accomplish this, is he goes to this place because it's what guys do.
Right.
I gotta go get a drink and I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
this like nightclub with dancing. It's not even
Yeah.
like a strip club. It's just like a club, a dance club with dancing girls or
Yeah.
whatever.
With the
At a-
thinnest high up stage of all time.
Yes.
That everyone's so crammed
yeah, it's like
up
a
Yeah.
foot deep and like
Well,
40
it's
feet
just-
wide.
It's kind of like a bar, but
Yeah.
just for dancing.
with
Yeah.
all the lights
Yes.
on.
They're
Yes.
all on, yes. And it's like, this is what a sad guy does. I go
Right.
get a shot of whiskey and sit here
Yeah,
and look at the girls. And then
Yeah.
he does, and the look on his face is like, what am I doing here?
Yeah. Well, and at one point he does start looking at a girl, and then there's like a guy playing. There's musicians also up
Yes.
there, and then he catches the other man looking at him, looking at the girl, and he's like,
I can't. Yeah.
He's like, oh, I can't do this.
He doesn't
I
have
can't
it
do
in him.
this.
And I think that is
Yes.
interesting, but they say that 10 different ways later in the movie.
Yeah.
So you just literally lift that sequence out and
Yeah.
you just to the apartment where you want to be faster.
The other
you know?
thing this movie is doing is that it's making all of these connections to kind of famous New York sites and,
Yep.
and places. And so part of it is that was a famous New York
Okay. See,
club.
West Coaster
And-
here.
Well,
And,
I mean,
and
yes.
33 years old, so I
Also-
don't know things.
Well, I am also a West Coaster.
You are also 33 years old.
Once upon a time. And so, like, at one point they go to the grocery store, and
Yep.
it went like, so every time they get out of the apartment and
Someone says Asbury Park,
right,
which is
and
the name,
and
right?
at one point they do film in the baseball stadium.
Yep.
And so when they get out of the apartment, they are getting B-roll or just primary
Yeah, which is
shots
all stuff. This movie,
of New York.
yes, and I would imagine Neil Simon. You write the play for the
Mm-hmm.
stage, and it's like you maybe talk about that stuff, but you don't show any of it.
Right.
And then when he's doing a movie, he's like, "Oh, well, we can go to Shea Stadium and
Yeah.
get some,
Yeah.
Anyway.
But that is one other reason to have that ridiculous scene
Yeah.
is because it's a landmark that people would
And
know about.
To be fair, it's like it's not like you're not going to need to go bleach your eyes. It's not like so bad, but it is like okay.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
their dancing is pretty atrocious.
it's bad dancing.
Well, okay, here's what I would say. I mean, it applies to this and to the rest of the movie. One thing I loved about this movie, not that I love that scene, but everybody looks like real people.
They do.
Yeah.
Like
Even the girls later.
Even the girl,
Yep.
like the women who come over for dinner and the guys who are there, they all look like real people. There is
Yeah.
not an ounce of fakery in any
Yeah.
of that. And I appreciated that. I think that's very 70s
Mm-hmm.
to have this like sweaty realism.
I think it's Neil Simon too.
Yeah.
Like I think like the way
Well-
he writes his characters, they're not. If you cast somebody who's like drop dead gorgeous, I mean, even in Barefoot in the Park.
Well, this was I going to say. He has Robert Redford and Jane Fonda, so it's not like he's going for
Yeah.
norms there.
Well, but they are playing the like head in the clouds newlywed couple.
Sure.
So for them to be like beautiful and in love.
Right.
Kind of makes sense.
Right.
And by the end of the movie, Robert Redford is not looking so great.
That is true.
So
That is true.
dressing people down, I think you kind of need him to look more movie starry. And in this case, no one is.
No.
They're all divorcees or on their way.
Yes.
You know?
There's a good bit of bald representation in this movie.
Yes, there are the follically challenged among the cast.
It also
yes.
just reminds me of like, we are people of air conditioning.
Yes.
And like, that is new in the history of the
They
world.
talk about air conditioning in ways that remind me of that. They're like, why can't you turn the AC on? They're like, oh, the AC's on so high in here. Like everybody's always talking about it.
Well, and
like,
there's this whole idea that some people in parts of the world still have today of like that the air conditioning makes you sick.
yes.
And so even if you do have it, you don't use it.
I love that scene.
And but anyway, it felt very real, and I appreciated that all the people in here looked like real people,
Yes.
even the dancing girls.
So once you get past the dancing girls and into the apartment, the poker game scene, this is the rest of the movie. There's a group of guys who have a weekly poker game. It's hosted at Oscar's house. Oscar's Walter Matthau. He's the slob. You'll find out more about him later. But the whole movie is just the guy who was maybe attempting to kill himself, although he probably would never have succeeded or gone through with it for real. He ends up living with him, and the whole story is just like how do they work out their stages of life crammed into the same space. That's really it. One of the things I love about the movie, this story, I'm sure I would love it on stage too, is that's it. That's all it has to be about. And if the characters are well fleshed out enough, you don't need like 17 plot points. You don't need like so many twists and turns and the conceit, which, like you said, kind of like birthed the subgenre of like what are two odd people who can put together. You can see that in like modern stuff. Like I'm thinking about like movies probably better than this, but like Due Date, right? Like any road trip movie where two people have to get in the car and go somewhere together, and it's
That's
like
also like every Pixar movie.
it is.
Every Pixar movie is like duo where
Old man and little Boy Scout boy.
Yeah.
And, planes, trains, and automobiles. Is
Orange
another
fish,
one.
blue fish.
Orange fish, blue fish.
Nemo.
Those are from Dr. Seuss. Yeah, like the Dr. Seuss book.
orange flesh, blue flesh.
Okay, so that's what the story is about. The first poker game scene gives you a really good idea of the like what are these people like going to feel like in the story, and the fact that they look like real people is certainly observed, but also like you get a feel for the group chemistry. And so I started seeing faces in the scene that I was like, I know I recognize him. I think I recognize him. So I picked out the first guy I picked out is not the one that maybe I think you picked out as well, Annie. But his name's Herb Edelman. He is the cop. The big guy who's like
so nice.
He's the sweetest guy because everyone else at the table was like, just deal the cards, just deal the cards. He's like, you guys, I really don't know about Felix. I think we should go and check on him. And they're like, come on, man, just pour the drink. And he's a cop. You find out he's a cop. He's also like the biggest softie of all of them. He plays a recurring role on Golden Girls, which is a severely underrated show.
Yes.
Like I think.
Well, it depends what.
Oh, he's B. Arthur's like
He's the ex-husband.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
Stan.
Oh yeah. Oh, is he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's Stan.
He's
got
Stan.
hair in
And by the
that.
way,
But they make fun of it because it's a terrible toupee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Golden Girls is hugely beloved and celebrated in certain quarters.
Certain quarters and by certain I think
Millennial women
slices of generations.
love
Yes.
Golden Girls.
And they should because it's a brilliantly written comedy. It is so funny
and
so
incredibly
well
acted. The fact they got those four women.
And you can draw a straight line between how like the poker scene in this feels and an episode of that show.
Yeah.
Like people that are human, they're not like one thing that Neil Simon and things like him pull off is like hilariously funny like lines and situations, but nobody, even Walter Matthau at his worst in this movie, is still likable.
Yes.
Like he's not a monster.
No.
No one is that mean in this story.
No.
Even though you like hear about the ex-wife and she gets colored a certain way because you never see her. And I still I believe that she's a person who just got fed up with this like OCD, hard to handle guy.
Sure.
And it was probably sort of amicable.
Right.
I think like it's I don't know. Most comedies that I have seen that are shooting for like, let's make this as joke a minute as possible. They have to like make somebody really mean or dehumanize a person or a group of people. Like they have to go like monstrous in some direction to succeed at that. And I found myself like happy like listening to these people talk.
Yeah.
And recognizing how good the writing was.
Well, because it's so silly. Like at some point, one of the men, I think it's Jack Lemmon, says he needs to go to the bathroom, and they go, "Do you want me to go with you?" And he goes, "I always go alone." And like it's
go to the John alone. I always go alone.
I always go alone. Like it's that sort of thing where it's stupid.
Yeah.
But it's not at anyone's expense.
No.
Like, because you know they're asking, because they're worried he's going to kill himself in there. So, like, like they are asking this dumb question out of
that whole
concern.
sequence.
It's so well done.
Yeah.
Where you said like the guys actually care. Like it's so buffoonish and pratfally, but there's a sincerity to it.
Yeah.
So like they're chasing him around and he goes to the bed and he's like, I don't know, I ate some pills and they were green, I don't know. And Walter Matthau's line where he's like, maybe they were vitamins. He could be the healthiest one in the room.
So good.
Like I was like,
so
this
funny.
is so funny.
This also, this conversation right now is cracking me up because when he first gets there, they all pretend like they don't know.
That is so good.
They pretend they don't know. And this is what I wrote down. I want you to consider this in light of everything Travis just said. I wrote, such a dude thing. Pretend we don't know. That's why men kill themselves more. Because...
But the way that
you're
they're
like, they care. And I'm like, they're refusing to
trying to, like, not
acknowledge they
embarrass
know.
they're trying not to. This is okay.
They're trying not to embarrass him.
On that note,
They're trying not to embarrass him. I do understand that.
Yes.
But like that is not like if you gender flipped this, like there would have been
absolutely
no
question.
No pretending.
There would have been an immediate "Are you okay?"
There would have been
conversation.
like
But
yes,
guys. Okay, something this splits an atom.
Yes.
Which is he is trying to depict. And I don't know like how much of this is conscious and how much of it just came out when he was writing it. I think he's probably, from the interviews that I've seen of Neil Simon, he seems a lot more like a Felix than a Oscar.
Yeah.
Like he is very like routine oriented and kind of mannered and neat. But I think he's really like showing multiple sides of masculinity in a way that is freaking fascinating to me, because there's nothing purely bad about a guy who is like, I'll eat these old potato chips because I don't want to throw them away. That'd be a waste of money. Or like the fridge went out and I didn't get to it or whatever. But that's like such a guy thing, right? And there's also like the case he's making with Felix is there's also nothing wrong with a guy who's like, I'm really sad about this. I'm going to cry.
Yeah.
It's so like my mind was blown by like how deep it went into like the story being about both guys reconciling themselves to each other in a way that doesn't feel fake and false and like saccharine at the end, but it just like says like guys are all of this.
Yes.
They're the guy saying just deal the cards. They're also the guy saying like, I don't know, guys, I'm really worried.
Yeah.
And the other guy like, I'm worried, but I got to get home because my clock says it's this time.
Yeah.
It's like everything at its best, at least. And the group scenes are great for that.
Right.
I think there's a lot of amazing physical comedy throughout the movie. Once the guys leave and it's just the two of them, they really get an opportunity to like do stuff and bounce off each other. What did you guys think of the like they walk around New York at night kind of part of the movie? They go to the diner. First he flings the ice cream on his lapel. It's so funny.
They say the word stain like 10 times in that 10 seconds.
They talk about the air conditioner some more.
Okay, can we talk about what was going on with the massage? I can't remember. I think that was in the apartment before.
That's before they leave.
Before they leave.
That's amazing.
Like,
that's amazing.
Like
that in 1968, he was like, let's show a man massaging another
except
man
that he's
because
not really like so.
No,
for
he's
Jack Lemmon, Felix Unger like has a crick in his neck, and Matthau was like, well, let's get it out. But then like
he says, no, if this hurts, Felix, tell me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
But then like he does this like swoopy motion and doesn't
It's
even
like his
touch
whole
him.
forearms sliding off him.
Up the back of his head.
But he's not really touching him. And then anyway, all I could think of, well, first off, I was laughing out loud. And then I was like, these two actors are not cracking a smile.
No, I think they're really serious actors.
They're
like if I had to guess.
That is the one thing throughout this movie is that this is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So slapstick.
Yeah.
So just out of left field. And they are both of them are playing it so straight.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I applaud you, gentlemen. Like,
yeah, it's like rather than one of them being comic relief, one of them being the straight man, they're both their own straight men.
Right.
They're just opposite kinds.
Yes.
Which is,
It kind of flip-flops scene to scene.
Yes. Like when he's like, will you just tell me how my meatloaf is doing?
Yeah.
Like he's obviously not the other guy's like, are you joking? And I mean, like, are you kidding me? There's a lot of that from him.
Yeah.
But he's the one giving the stupid massage in the diner sequence when he's doing the like, no.
Oh my God.
No.
Dude.
I was
dying.
crying laughing.
So funny.
Like he just keeps going.
I think that we talked about earlier how in the play it all takes place in his apartment, but
It
there's
must.
these scenes showing like them going out into New York, these iconic locations.
Yeah.
I feel like those scenes, other than like it giving us a nice change of scenery, they didn't really justify themselves too much to me. But that scene really did.
Yeah.
Him just making a fool of them at the table.
And everybody in the diner starts looking at him.
Slowly turning.
Yes, that is far funnier in public than it would be at their kitchen table.
Yeah, I wonder how that goes, if at all, in the stage play.
There's no way it was in.
Yeah.
Because that wouldn't even work.
No, but I mean, they probably had the same gag of the noise.
Because he talks about it like at 2 a.m. later.
Yeah.
He's like, the elephant noise of clearing your nose at 2 a.m. This is the closing of this sequence where he's like, this is the first night he's asked him, like, hey, you can stay here or whatever, is the first time you get a version of the line where he says, good night, Felix, and he says, good night, Francis. And then Matthau just like slowly turns.
Francis being his wife's
The
name.
ex-wife's name.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where they like, the other thing it does really well is it like, they make a million jokes about them being a married couple.
Right.
Without it ever being like the real punchline.
Right.
It's just like, obviously this is right in front of us. So like things like that are just said and then walked away from.
Well, I mean, you can tell these two men are both recently divorced or in the process of getting divorced, and they are clearly bringing all of the habits that led to those divorces. They are now directing at each other.
Yeah.
Yep.
And just recreating patterns in this apartment rather than the previous ones.
Yeah.
And you can tell why these two men are single again.
If they melded, they would just be the perfect husband.
Yeah. Well, one of them's behind on alimony and the other one is like a penny pincher. And,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
all of the the one of the other things I noticed about the adaptation choice, it must be an adaptation choice, is this has got to happen in the stage play. Let's get some girls conversation that Matthau starts to have with him. He's like, you got to cut loose, and we got to. They're at the bowling alley when this starts, and in the movie, this conversation, which could be like a 3-minute conversation that takes place on the couch.
Sure.
It cuts across like all these locations where it starts at bowling, and then they're shooting pool, and the next sentence happens, and then they're playing a pinball machine, and the next. So like that's one of those moments where they explore New York for basically no reason. But I was like, this is kind of cool because
I really didn't like
I
that.
love that.
I felt like that killed the like timing of everything for me.
I thought it showed that Matthau just wouldn't let it go. And and that Jack Lemmon was like, I just want to play a game. Like, let's just play a game. And Matthau just keeps bringing it up like every.
Which makes his like anger when it goes south make a little more sense.
I think that would have worked if like maybe they got drunker through the night or something. Or it's just every time they cut back to the conversation, they reintroduce it. It needs to be like they cut back and they're like in the middle of a conversation.
Right.
It just like slowed it down. They restarted the conversation over and over.
So the thing he keeps bringing up, whether they're playing bowling,
whether they're playing bowling
or playing pool or playing
Darts.
Playing
pinball,
drinking beer.
drinking beer, is he found these 2 women in the elevator in the apartment building, and they were cute and whatever, and so he wants to set up a double date and see what happens. And so I'm watching this and I'm like, this is a 60s movie. This could go a number of different ways. What was it? Strip Scrabble or something? We were watching a movie.
Yes. Which one was that? And then there was
a blind party or
a Braille party.
Braille party.
That was Mirage.
And the blind community
Strip Scrabble was
picketed for weeks.
The other Neil Simon. It was
the
name of
come
which
blow your honker.
There.
Come honk your trumpet or whatever that stupid thing was called.
This was the perfect way for this to play out.
Yeah.
Because it starts with all of that 60s, nonsense and shimmying girls and whatever.
You can pick whichever one you want, and I'll take the other one.
I got nervous because the first thing they say is like, how old are they? They're young girls.
Yeah.
And
he says like they're kids or whatever.
Yeah, and then they're not.
No, they're just
then
like...
he goes, are they young? Like 30, 35?
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, we're fine.
And then you see them and they look like 30.
Yeah.
They look like, like to your point, they look like the ages they're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
that sequence when they come in and like the way it plays out in chapters, I think is so genius because Mathau's trying to be the sort of like, hey,
he's trying to be smooth
playboy, like I'll get the drinks and whatever. And the minute he leaves and it's just Felix, it is so freaking. It's like Tim Robbins like level like awkward silence.
Yes.
Like the thing where he says, "They say it may rain Friday." And it's just dead.
Tim Robbins?
Yeah.
Tim Robinson?
Robinson.
Okay.
Tim Robbins is
from Shawshank.
Yeah. It's like him.
It's just like him.
Like
I
really
was just going to let that slide because I was like, I don't know what he's referring to, but I'm just not going to acknowledge it.
He was a horse.
Not anymore, though.
Not anymore,
Used
though.
to be.
Peter Sellers stepped in. There's some great awkward like stuff, and then they start to listen to him, and he starts to talk, and it gets really sensitive. And by the time Oscar comes back in,
all three of them are crying.
And he comes in and he goes, "Are we happy? Are we happy?"
Well,
Walter Matthau's voice is so weird.
It is, but
so
it's
weird.
Natural. That's how every movie.
Yeah.
It's like
I was
the
trying
weirdest
to figure out
jowly.
what accent it is. Is it in New York? Is it
It's
supposed
like
to
an
be
old man.
Brooklyn?
He says
Joyzy.
Goyles.
Yes, he says like.
So that's
Get
New
some
York.
Goyles over.
I feel like it's a borough we don't know about.
It's of the past.
Yeah, it's a borough that no longer exists.
My favorite line is when he tells the girls that he writes the news, the girl looks at him and goes, "Oh, where'd you get your ideas?" Except she's English, so she has a different accent than that.
He's like the news. He talks about the lamps they bought in Mexico and
on his honeymoon.
They're in the picture, and she's like, "Oh, so does your wife have the lamps now?"
And the children. So your wife has the apartment and the children and the lamps.
Yeah, that's all great.
It's hilarious. Although I have a bone to pick with Neil Simon.
Let's hear it.
He named these two sisters because they are sisters. He
The
named
Pigeon
them.
Sisters?
I don't care about that. He named them Gwendolyn and. That was frighteningly on point.
Get out of here.
Yeah, get out of here, bitch.
He named them Gwendolyn and Cecily.
Right.
Which is like famously the two women from Much Ado About Ernest. Like, it's like naming two characters in Romeo and Juliet and being like, what? Those are from something else?
Yeah.
And so somebody called him on it and it's like, oh, you're pulling from Oscar Wilde. And he goes, oh. Like, Neil Simon claims
He forgot.
that he didn't realize he was doing it until years later when somebody pointed it out. And like, I do get that. Like, we get influences that are kind of in our subconscious that come out. But I was like, are you telling me that you went for years with this play without noticing you stole Gwendolyn and Cecily? These are not normal names.
Yeah.
From Oscar Wilde. Okay.
At least he gave him a normal last name.
Pigeon.
Oh, but those two sisters, their last name is Pigeon.
Yeah.
That's a type of bird. The other thing that they're in together is
There's two.
There's two bird things?
No, there's two other things they're in that we know that. One of them's birds.
Yeah. The bird thing is that they're the like silly goose sisters in Aristocats.
That is true.
Okay.
They also voice characters in Robin Hood, the Disney Robin Hood, which is one of the best.
Birds?
Are they not birds in that?
I don't know what they are in that. I just know they're both in
Horses.
the best Robin Hood.
There's like a couple people in this movie that are in Robin Hood.
It's a 60s movie.
Yeah,
isn't it?
you're right. It's the same era.
So it's a lot of voice actors from this era.
Well, and the one I mentioned off mic was one of the men in the poker party, has a very high pitched voice.
Sounds like this.
Yeah, and I couldn't place it. And the closest I could came with was Radar from MASH, but it's clearly not him. And then you all just happened to know, I had to look it up, It's Piglet.
Yeah.
He's Piglet.
I only know that because I watch 12 Angry Men once a year because I teach that movie.
Yeah. That's we didn't
too.
say that. A bunch of these actors are also in either the is it 56 and 73 versions of 12 Angry Men.
I don't know about 73.
I think Jack Lemmon's in the 73
That's
one.
that's in the 90s. I haven't seen that yet, but they made one in the 90s.
Yeah, Jack Lemmon's in that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
Yeah, I knew he was Piglet because I'm a huge Piglet guy. So know all his voice actors.
Yeah. Anyway, Piglet's in this. Okay, so the double date doesn't go well because everybody cries.
I don't know. It depends how you. It depends how you.
From Walter Matthau's.
For Walter Matthau's
from
perspective.
Oscar's perspective, yeah. And so then they have a falling out, and you get some funny stuff after that. I love the scene where Matthau comes in when he's vacuuming. It just messes everything up, knocks the picture off the wall, throws the flowers. I mean, the way he plops his feet on the table got like it got its own laugh for me. When he's like, huh? You know. But I think we should talk about the ending. The choices in the writing just always made me happy. Like Matthau being such a tool about it. It seemingly so petty about a thing that's like not that important, but making it about no, everything you do is irritating to me and I just can't stand anymore. And then when Lemon like says, okay, fine, I'm going to tell you off, his speech of yeah, like he says like you're tops with me, like, and he says it like all angrily in an angry tone, but it's all like I would not be where I am today if it weren't for you, and blah, blah, blah. That killed me. Like it's such an interesting choice.
I think my initial assumption, except I knew enough about the life of the movie that I knew I was wrong, but my initial assumption was these two divorced men move in together, learn from each other, and go back and mend their marriages, and then everybody lives happily ever after and goes back to where they should be. And that's not how it ends.
That would not be real.
No.
Right? Like these guys are not just going to fix their marriages.
But I like that it didn't go there.
Yeah.
Like I like that it's like, no, these two guys are going to keep sharing an apartment and they're going to figure it out.
They learn about.
I don't think they
don't.
They don't keep sharing it. They just are like.
I mean, there's like
they rub off on each other and then.
They learn they learn about each other enough where like they probably could. Like it's a little bit ambiguous at the end. Like he leaves and it's like, well, now you could see that they might be able to figure it out, even though the movie doesn't end with them being like, let's live together.
Yeah. Also, 8-bed. They over and over and over. They keep saying it's an 8-room apartment.
Yeah.
It's an 8-room apartment.
It's an immense apartment.
Where are these other rooms and what are they?
Yeah, they're all like off that hall, and like there's 2 doors from this apartment that open into the hallway.
Yeah,
which is such a weird.
There's like a big
setup.
Gate. Like
in the middle of the hallway, a metal gate. That's a good gag too. When he pulls the gate closed and he's just right behind him anyway. Yeah. Anything else about the ending? What else did you like about the way it all wrapped up? You get another fun poker game sequence. Where like the fun friends come in and they're, Felix is gone again. So the cop who's like all sensitive is like, I don't know, guys. He's out there on his own. So good.
He takes them in his car and they drive around. And another couple cops pull up and they're like, Murray, what are you doing out here? What does he say?
He says like off-duty arrest. I caught him gambling.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Murray, the cop, says at one point, you guys, we should call the cops. That made me laugh.
I think what we said at the very beginning, or Travis, what you said, which is like, not much happens in this movie. Like this is not plot driven.
Yeah.
This is all character and script. And it's just an enjoyable hour and a half? How long is this
hour
thing?
45.
Hour 45?
But it doesn't feel like that.
No,
it feels
but
like,
it's just quips and setups and punchlines and
good physical comedy.
And also really fleshed out characters where you believe these are real people.
Yeah.
And
solidly a comedy, right? Like every scene has laughs in it, but also like when the actors decide to like take the writing with both hands, like in that like you're a good guy speech,
right,
and in the scene where all the girls and him are crying is really funny because like they shouldn't be crying.
No, but like,
but it's also real. Like that's so hard to do. I feel like, and this movie does it really well.
It does.
I love the last proper line because it's like a callback to that one from earlier. He says like, I removed the curse or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He says like, okay, thanks a lot, and let me know if you need anything or whatever. And he's like, so long, Francis, so long, Blanche.
Oh, yeah.
They call each other their ex-wives' names. Like,
so
it's like funny and sweet, and I like it.
This is a good movie.
I agree.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we'll go guest first again. Is it worth your time, Alec?
Yeah, I think
you
it's
watched
totally
it
worth your
twice,
time.
so
Yeah.
you know better than even we do. And then would you rewatch it? And then if so, how often would you rewatch it?
I would rewatch it today, and I already did.
Yeah,
I probably won't watch it for like a little while since I
14
got
days.
a good 4 hours of it.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's like very rewatchable.
yeah, I think so too.
It's like it's a good movie to watch with a group too.
Yeah,
I started it by myself.
yeah.
And my family was all doing something. And I was like, I can't watch this by myself. And I got up. I paid $4 to rent it.
Yeah.
Got up, drove in the rain to my fiance's house and rented it over there because I didn't want to watch it by myself.
That's
It's a good choice.
That's adorable.
It's a good choice.
Yeah. I paid $3.79 to rent it.
Yeah. And did you need to?
No, because I did that, and then she texted me and said,
No, I had texted you 2 hours before.
Wait, really?
Yes.
Oh, I totally missed it.
Yeah.
I paid for it, picked up my phone for the first time in a while, and she said, hey, by the way, I rented it. You can just log into my whatever. And I was like, cool. Because I just paid for it. So worth your time, rewatch it. What do you think, Annie?
I'm actually going to say something else first.
Okay, fine.
Because I was going to say this at the beginning, but then we got distracted
No,
by nonsense.
There's no way that
I
happened.
haven't. So Christmas just happened. And
In July.
Is it already time to piss on Jacob Marley's grave?
usually we try not to give away when we're recording, but he's been talking about the Christmas Carol, so I figured it was safe. Christmas just happened, and I spent a week with my mother. Hello, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hello.
And she has a question for Travis, so I told her I would pass on the question.
Okay.
What's your favorite color?
I'm ready.
She wanted to know, in all seriousness, how you contacted the Newman's Own people to get permission to talk about them at the beginning of every episode.
Oh, well, that is a great question.
I've been wondering that myself.
No, so they're big time sponsors of the show.
Mm-hmm.
They take money out of the charitable funds and pour it into our pockets.
We are the charity.
We are one of their charitable donations. Yeah. So that's your answer there is I sent a really sad letter to the Newman estate. And I was like, we're just a poor little podcast in need of your dressing money. What else do they make?
Popcorn.
This is
That's all I got.
It's good stuff. What'd you think of the movie, Annie? How often would you rewatch it with a bag of Newman's Own popcorn in your bowl?
Well, that would be the best way to watch it.
Yeah, of course it would, because Newman's Own is
best
the
way to watch
best
everything.
popcorn you could buy.
I agree with Alec. It is eminently rewatchable. And I think that is because it's relying on character beats and jokes and it's not relying on some emotional through line. I also agree with you that this would be good to watch in a group.
Yeah.
Like this is a really good movie to just put on.
My kids watched the last 25 minutes with me. And even though it's in a bit of the wrap up section, there were things in like the thing where I said where he slams his feet, like they were laughing, no context.
Right, exactly.
It's just funny to look at.
Which I think is why it's so rewatchable.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I can absolutely see someone watching this at least once a year, maybe even more than that, depending on what you got going on around the house. And
I would be.
Is it worth your time? Absolutely, of course.
I felt like you said, I was surprised that it was an hour 45 or whatever, because it felt more like breezy 90 minutes.
It felt shorter.
I'm kind of in the can for something like this because like I like Neil Simon's writing already. When things feel kind of stagey, I'm like more in. Some people watch that stuff and they're like, it feels like a play.
Yeah, I don't
and I'm
care.
Like, yeah, that's great. The performances are so good.
Yeah.
Like both of these guys and everybody in it. Honestly, supporting cast is really good too. So I think it's totally worth your time. I actually think like of all the movies we've watched for the 60s, this is like hit me the hardest because it's so like doing the funny stuff, like hitting the comedic bullseyes well, but also like it's kind of deep. He is talking about like what it means to be a middle-aged man in a kind of midlife crisis scenario, and how two different people would process it. And yes, it's all like for jokes, but it's also like not. I feel like there's a lot of stuff in here where like Oscar, whether he likes it or not, ends up crying. Yeah. Because Felix, he like learns how to feel a feeling for a moment. And it's like funny, but it's also like you want your gruff, slobby, you living in the past, needs to grow up a little bit guy to like learn that lesson. And you want Felix to like, I don't know, lighten up, like loosen up. And so I don't know. I think it's really good. It's worth your time. I would rewatch it.
Has this been our only comedy?
I mean, it depends on if you think Come Blow Your Horn is a comedy.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, it's our best comedy. Yeah. But I think
it's our best comedy in a while.
Yeah.
In a while.
Because I've been looking back through our movies. I also think we have not always chosen a lot of comedies in our list.
We should do something about that.
Okay.
It's almost like we have control over that.
We can make that happen.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you, Alec, for being here.
Thank you.
You were delightful. Not that I thought you wouldn't be. We'd love to have you back sometime.
I'd love to be back.
So, see you tomorrow. No, next time. I'm not even going to say next week because it might be a lie. Next time.
Are we watching? Oh, he keeps telling me this, people.
This is the wrong cue. It doesn't matter.
You keep telling me that we're going to record Planet of the Apes.
This time I think we really are.
We lie though a lot.
Yeah, but we're supposed to. So
okay,
we're
supposed to lie.
Apes on Horses. Woo. Next week. Bye.
See ya.
Let the movie speak.